Hi everyone. Welcome back to Cash and Calling. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another budgeting video. So this video is going to be a little different in that I'm combining weeks 1 and 2 of February, and I'm going to talk about why later in this video. But y'all, I kind of took a little break from recording just to recalibrate and get myself back to where I needed to be spiritually, and it's been so good. I just want to encourage you, if you ever need to take a break, go ahead and do it, because y'all, we have to take care of ourselves. I realize sometimes it's so hard to really take care of yourself and be the person or the best version of yourself. But I got that out the way, and like I said, I'm so glad to be back and see y'all. I haven't been gone that long at all, but y'all, I like to be consistent as possible, and I had to take a little break. I want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Brittany. I am 38 years old. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 4. We have 2 boys and 2 girls. I currently work full-time as a nurse practitioner, and I recently picked up a second job just to help us out with our financial goals. We have a lot of debts. We're in over $200,000 worth of debts, and our debt includes our mortgage, student loans, and multiple medical bills. I have some life updates, and I don't quite want to share them on this video, but just know that I will at some point. I'm just waiting for God to fully open the door, and then I will tell y'all all about what's been going on. It's exciting, but I do want to be very cautious on what I say right now. But just know that I will give y'all a full update a little later. Hopefully it'll be sooner than later. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the budget, y'all, and I'm gonna tell you how my week 1 of February went, which was not as expected. In addition to taking a break, I was just like, let me pull back a little bit and see what's really going on and get readjusted with everything. And I pray that y'all are doing well, that your February is going good. Let me know your Valentine's Day plans down below. Valentine's Day is almost here. I think I'll have this video up before it hits Valentine's Day. So if it is up before, let me know your plans. If Valentine's Day has already passed by the time you see this video, let me know what you did for Valentine's Day. If you enjoy this type of content, I pray that you will consider subscribing. I would love to have you over here. And y'all, go ahead and like the video. It would help tremendously to push the video out. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into some numbers, and I'm gonna let y'all see what we had going on this week. So I'm gonna clip my microphone. All right, y'all, let's go. All right, so you should see my budget sheet on the screen. So let's get into some numbers. So just a little backstory, just in case you're new watching the video. So I get paid on a weekly basis, and my husband gets paid semi-monthly. So he gets paid twice a month. So what I usually do is I budget weekly. So I budget by paycheck on a weekly basis. It just works better for me, and it helps me to have better control over my money. But this video, I am combining weeks 1 and 2 of February. So the first week only I got paid, and the second week me and my husband are getting paid, but I am combining everything. So essentially some of our expenses are double, essentially. So just to kind of let y'all know, so y'all won't think we're spending an outrageous amount on certain things. All right, so let's get back to the numbers. So our W-2 income for this pay period, or the first half of February, is $3,974.71. Our side hustle income is $720. And our dependent care FSA is $294. Side income or side hustle is from my other job. I ended up working one day last week and 1 day this week from my side hustle job. So that got me $720 in the dependent care FSA. So that just comes out of my check every week and it's reimbursed at the end of the month. That's what that is. So $4,988.71 was the income. All right. So our tithes for this 2-week period was $633. So let's get into the bills, y'all. First week of February, just to be clear, so y'all will know what's going on. So the first week of February, my paycheck was affected because we had all of the ice here in Mississippi. So essentially, I didn't go to work. So it was my time off. So I was on a 4-day stretch off. So I was on that 4-day stretch when it iced over. But y'all, it was still heavy ice for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I ended up taking off. I called off one of the days. And then the other 2 days, I left work early. I opted not to use my PTO because we are going on 2 vacations soon back to back, and I need all my PTO for my vacation time. I budgeted on the lower end when I did my budget, but it was lower than I budgeted for, y'all. So I was like, I didn't cash stuff. I didn't do anything, although I could have cashed stuff. Just decided to just wait on doing everything and just do everything on next paycheck, which is this paycheck. So I hope that makes sense, but that is my decision making process behind all of that. So our girls' tuition is $627 for this 2 weeks. We pay $313 every week, and our dependent care FSA helps to subsidize that amount. Let me give y'all a brief update on the dependent care FSA. So far, so good. So I will say this. If you're on the fence about it, I'm going to tell you this. The money does come out of your check every week. So money comes out of your check every week. You do not see that money back until, the lag time is like a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, because so the money has to be deposited from your employer into the dependent care FSA account. So that's the first leg of all of the reimbursement. Then once it's deposited, you have to submit for reimbursement, and then that's a few more days. So if you are the type of person where you want to utilize the dependent care FSA, but you need that money right back, I would say that the dependent care FSA is not for you right now, because the money does not come right back to you. You have to wait to be reimbursed for it. So I wanted to add that in there, because when I was researching dependent care FSA, I could not find a whole lot of information at all about it. So our IRS, which is our Mississippi state taxes, because Mississippi state taxes do not come out of my check. So I put $50 every week toward Mississippi state taxes. So this is Mississippi state taxes as well as self-employment tax. And that was $245. Student loan is $30. Haircut, that's for my husband, is $60. He gets his haircut every week, and it's $30 every week. Google, that's our storage, that's $2.13. MLH, that is a medical bill, and it's $50. Utility bill is getting $200, which, to be honest, I haven't paid it yet. This is just what we budgeted, but I might decrease that because we don't need that much on our utility bill. Right now, our balance is negative $162. So even if I put $150 on there, that will give us a good buffer in there. I might just keep it at $200. I'm thinking about lowering it because I can put that extra $50 on something else, but I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm just kind of going through my thought processes with y'all. So CapCut is $95. We have gotten on the annual subscription. This $95 is not coming out of my check. It has already been saved for through my cash envelopes. So I just wanted to put that in there so y'all would know, okay, now we're officially on an annual subscription with CapCut, as well as with Canva. It's $125. That is the annual subscription, and we're officially on an annual subscription with Canva, and that came from our cash envelopes, not from our paychecks. My nails, I got my nails done. I actually got those done today. I went more neutral, which I am a neutral girly. I don't like to do too much at all. I am very minimalistic in that way. As I get older, I feel like I'm just not with all of the fluff, I would say. But yeah, that's just me. I like things simple, plain, easy, get me in, get me out. I'm not trying to do too much. Not trying to do too much. Let me know if you're the same. I know I have a wide range of ages that watch my content, but let me know if you feel the same. As you get older, things kind of are changing with your preferences for certain things. So Xfinity is $58.69. Y'all, this was so unexpected. I logged into my Capital One checking account and I see Xfinity. I'm like, first of all, we canceled Xfinity, the mobile, so why is Xfinity coming out? I didn't quite understand what was going on, so I called them up. Of course, I couldn't get anybody at first. I was kind of getting frustrated. I was like, girl, calm down. So I calmed down a little bit, and I was finally able to get someone on the phone, and they said it was a prorated charge because I canceled at the end of December, but the billing cycle started over like mid-December. So that's what it was. So this should be the last bill we see from Xfinity Mobile. We did switch over to Mint Mobile, and Mint Mobile has been good with us, y'all. We haven't had any service issues. I mean, no spam calls. I mean, it has been great, you guys. So if you're on the fence about doing it, I would say at least try it out, because I was on the fence and that stopped me from doing this for like a year. And now that I've done it, I'm like, what were you really afraid of? It has been very good so far for us, and the cost is so much cheaper than what we were paying with Xfinity. So that is it for our bills for this week. We're gonna move on to our groceries. So groceries, what I did was last week when my check was short, y'all, I was like, I got to cut some stuff out. I was trying to cut whatever I could, and it wasn't that like we could have went and did our full amount for groceries and we would have been okay. But I was like, okay, I have to try to make this work to be able to stuff my cash envelopes and just balance everything out, and that was okay. So I ended up cutting our grocery budget last week from $150 to $125, which of course is not a whole lot, and I know some of y'all spend way more on groceries than that. We are a family of 5, just for context. What I like to do to save on groceries, y'all, I do pickup orders. First of all, it's a game changer. I rarely, and when I say rarely, I mean rarely, y'all, go into a grocery store for major grocery shopping. I'll go into a grocery store to get things maybe we've ran out of, like milk or bread, things like that. But as far as big ticket items, we do not go in a grocery store. It has helped tremendously because I can actually see my list. I'm not tempted to buy other things just because I see it. I would say that helps us save on our grocery budget. Shopping our pantry helps us to save a whole lot, because what I was doing was going out and buying ketchup or canned beans for chili, things like that. And I have a pantry full of those items. So that was insane. And then the last thing we do to save on groceries is to bulk meat shop. Meat is our biggest expense. Let me know what your biggest expense is when you go grocery shopping. So we'll go to Sam's, we'll go to Piggly Wiggly when they have their meat sale, y'all, and we stock up on meat and we put it in our deep freezer in the garage. It helps because when I'm ready to cook meals, I just unthaw my meat and all I need is some vegetables at that point and maybe a starch or something. It has been a game changer. And our spending money was $260. That's broken down as, so my husband gets $50 every week. I get $50 every week. The girls get $15 every week. And our son gets $15 every week. So that's how that breakdown is. Our gas got $180 or is getting $180. Our house is getting $500. So this is not going to our mortgage right now because we can't do split payments. So what we do is we just take bite-sized pieces of our mortgage every week, and that helps us at the end of the month to be able to pay that mortgage payment, which is $1,400. So it's not too bad, but we found that it helps a lot just to break that mortgage up as much as we can. Savings got $210. This is a savings challenge I'm doing. We are trying to save $15K in 2026. So that's what this money is going towards. If you do not watch my cash stuffing content, go ahead and watch, because on my cash stuffing content, I get a little more in detail on why I budget, how I budget with my cash envelopes. And our cash envelopes is getting a total of $650 this week. So after I finish recording this video, probably in a couple of days, I'll go ahead and do my cash stuffing, or I might try to do it tomorrow. I'm not trying to overwhelm myself, y'all. I really realized in this season, I have to learn how to pace myself and not try to do too much. Like, it's okay. I can kind of settle down and everything is still gonna be there. I just have to learn how to quiet myself, because I'm the type of person, I can go and get really busy really, really fast, and that is no good. So that is it for our sinking funds. Let's talk about our virtual envelopes. So our virtual envelopes, we have vacation that got $200, and the balance in our vacation account is $3,291. We are in between Nashville and Atlanta for our spring break vacation. We haven't decided which one of those, but those two are kind of like the contenders, I would say. Then my husband and me are planning a anniversary trip probably a month after we take our spring break trip. Now for our anniversary trip, we do want to go on a beach, preferably outside of the United States. So we're still in the midst of planning that. Our taxes got that $245, and the balance in our tax account is $2,478. And we'll probably file taxes in March. We usually do March, sometimes like the beginning of April, and we'll see how it goes. We usually don't owe taxes. We end up getting a refund. So I suspect that this year will be the same. But yeah, we're in no rush at this point. We usually wait till after we go on vacation to file our taxes, because we don't want to commingle funds. We want to go on vacation, pay for our vacation with the money we save. This is how we usually do it. And then once we come back and we're settled, we'll go ahead and file our taxes. When do y'all usually file your taxes? I know some people file like February the 1st, as soon as they get the go ahead to do it. And I know some people wait till April the 15th, like the last day. I don't know if I can do that, waiting so last minute, but we do try to wait until like March, mid-March to do that. Our medical envelope, which is our health savings account, got $200, and the balance in that account is $667.60. $0.67. That's a lot of sixes. Yeah, so that is the balance. And as far as our debt goes, our mortgage is not getting anything these last 2 weeks, and our balance on our mortgage is $129,018.98. So that looks great. And our medical debt, it had $50 that was due. We're paying $500 this week, and the new balance on our medical debt is $1,481.40. So if you are new here, the goal for our medical debt is to get it paid off by the end of February. So by March, we want to have this debt paid. We are not looking on track to do that, but I know we will do it. And there's a reason why I know we will do it. But like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't want to share too much right now, but I will tell y'all what's going on. And it's exciting. It's exciting. So that is it for our budget for these first 2 weeks of February, y'all. OMG. I am so thankful. We are making great progress despite the beginning of the month and the setbacks with the income. I feel really good about February for us in our budget. Let me know how your budget is going down below. Thank y'all so much for all your support. I truly appreciate it, y'all. I really do. And I will see you on my cash stuffing video. Bye.